Friends, thanks again for joining me. So today I have a very special guest on the channel, my good friend Ben Armstrong, aka BitBoy Crypto.
Hey Stash, always good to be on your channel. I've been on your channel several times throughout the years.
That's true. Yeah.
And you've been on mine as well. A lot of people may not know, like you were one of my first crypto friends.
We've been in here in the crypto scene hustling for years already, man. And, you know, being part of our core group of the Satoshi droppers where we kind of really met, you know, has been honestly one of the best things that I've had to you know, be the privilege of being a part of here in crypto. You know, everybody in that group has really just kind of exploded, doing some amazing things. Yeah. And you know, we've had some fun times together too, man. We've hung out at conferences, Absolutely. Done some cool things, you know. So I really appreciate you coming on the channel and all the love you've always shown to myself and all the stashers that always love to watch because they love you too, man. They come on my channel like, oh, I you know, BitBoys, I also saw, but I saw him on your, you know, you on his channel and blah blah, or he's on your channel. Yeah. Like, yeah, you know, that's how we do it.
We love loyalty. We're loyal to the people we came up with.
That's
for
true,
sure,
man.
Always.
That's true.
I will never be too big for the stash. I'll always get right on the stash. So.
I love it, man. I'm right there with you. You know, I mean, I think that it's good. You know, it's good to have good crypto friends and people who Absolutely. You've met. I mean, to be perfectly honest, man, a lot of people I've met in crypto have become some of my best friends. You know, over the last couple of years. Yeah, I mean, seriously, because I think it just comes down to a personality thing where, you know, people who are into crypto are on the same wavelength. You know, they have a lot of same personality traits, and something that I've noticed in this industry, and more than I've noticed in I've been in other industries like music and event production and the art, you know, the art world. And as much as I'm part of those, I never really felt as connected to people in crypto. So yeah, it's
a special group for sure. And I agree with you. Almost everyone I've ever met, and you know, rare exception in crypto has been phenomenal. And you know, you, TJ, Justin, you know, J Chains, all these are, you know, people I met through crypto, and you know, my closest friends. And I can't wait till we have conferences going full on again and we see each other in person. It's been a long time since I've seen you in person.
I know, man. It's been almost like a year and a half, almost 2 years, it seems like, man. But we're both going to be in Bitcoin in Miami for Bitcoin 2021. We're going to be there with the crew hanging out, and it's going to be like the big reunion for everybody, actually. All the friends are coming. They're all going to be there.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. And I'm like the Bitcoin maximalist enemy, so that's going to be fun too. Yeah, a lot of fun stuff going there. Yeah. Sure. They're going to love to see me.
I'm sure they will. I'm sure that you'll get a warm reception just like I will. But if you're with me, everyone loves me.
Well, if it wasn't for the haters, I wouldn't be what I am today. So thank you, Maxies.
Hate is gonna hate, man. So you know, I wanted to bring you on the channel today and talk a little bit about NFTs, right? So this is something that I've been focusing on for a very long time. I've been pushing it. You know, there's a time where I couldn't give away NFTs, custom ones that I was making.
I remember.
You know, but here we are now, and everybody is on board finally, and I love it. And you have just launched a brand new set of NFTs called the Bitverse. The Bitverse is like the whole, you know, universe of BitBoy Crypto and all of the associated villains and friends and other you know, instruments and stuff like that. So I want to hear a little bit about this project from you. Just break it down from the beginning, because there's actually a huge history behind this. This is not like a really new thing. It's evolved a lot. So it's definitely evolved a lot. And I'll pop up a couple images here for you guys. You can see it, some of the evolution that we have from the early days. But talk about that, and then let's get to where we are today.
Yeah. So, I mean, you guys know, like, there's a big common narrative out there that, you know, everyone coming in NFTs is for a cash grab. And every time somebody like makes a comic book character or, you know, a still image or a video or a GIF, like, it's a cash grab. They're just coming here. This is what my channel started as. Like, we started this channel, and by we, it was just me back then. And of course, the guy in charge of my NFTs now is Justin. We call him Florida Justin, not Texas Justin. Yeah. And he was actually the one that came up with the name of BitBoy. And we were just on the phone. We were talking crypto every day back in 2017. He's like, man, I got this idea for this superhero named BitBoy, and we can do like a comic series, and it could be an animated cartoon series, and it'd be really cool. And then I came up with the name HODL. My channel actually originally was called BitBoy and HODL.
I know.
HODL is the turtle sidekick. Yeah. Absolutely. And so, you know, we had this idea to do fun stuff in crypto, but like, I just wasn't that educated on crypto back then. Like, I'd been in it, but not super educated, and didn't understand we were at the top of the market. That's probably why we were having those ideas. And so, you know, the fun in crypto gets sucked away in the bear market. And so we came up with all these ideas for these cool, you know, comic series and cartoon characters and animated stuff. And, you know, it just didn't work. Nobody wanted to see fun stuff. And, you know, it was in the beginning, like, it was pretty rough. I was animating stuff myself. I came up with the original drawings for BitBoy, and, you know, it was supposed to be this big fun thing. And I did some rap songs songs, some animated raps with BitBoy and stuff. And, you know, then we just decided like that was not the direction for this channel. And so Justin told me, he's like, man, you really need to start doing news videos. So I started doing news videos, and then things just kind of got to where we got way far away from the original idea. Well, thanks to NFTs, we've been able to return back to the original idea behind BitBoy. Like, I was never BitBoy. I was never supposed to be BitBoy. BitBoy is a superhero. But of course, over time, that's what people call me now. You know, call me Ben, call me BitBoy, or whatever the case may be. And, you know, now we're actually able to return back to the original roots of the channel. And we have created an entire, we literally want this to rival Marvel. We want a giant, you know, comic ecosystem of characters that are related to cryptocurrency, but are still like, you know, they're crypto centric, but you can also like take them out of the vacuum of crypto and have just someone who's into comics read them and they get it and understand it. Right. And they're just regular like comic stories. So, you know, we recently did the drop with Wax, first series of our comic characters that expanded upon the original characters that I created. We've got, you know, so many characters now. They have like little weapons and little, you know, artifacts and stuff like that. You know, so a lot of fun stuff. It's exciting, character cards, and just very excited to work with Wax. And the launch was very successful. I can't wait to see how it develops. Yeah.
I mean, you know, I would say the first mistake you made with this drop, just to be perfectly honest with you, is there's no stashed themed character named after me that needs to be in the second series, man. Otherwise, no. But you know, this drop sold out, you know, pretty quickly. You know, I was on there. I actually grabbed some packs, or I thought I did, and there was some sort of problem with the transaction after the fact. I got a notification saying, hey, they went through. But and I know other people had a few issues, but in general, you know, the packs themselves sold out. They're doing really well on the secondary market, and the cards, you know, have a really great feel to them. You know, when you look at the cards and things, you know, you guys did a good job of getting like the different rarities and things to look really cool. You know, and the characters themselves are really high quality done. You know, we've seen a lot of, like you said, a lot of people coming through and doing this kind of same iterative type of thing. But you guys, you know, have this history that I think a lot of people don't really know. You know, I think that it would be, and that's really why I wanted you to kind of talk a little bit about that history, because I think it's something that you know, makes sense, and people like to hear that. You know, the Wax community is a very tight knit community, and you know, definitely I think you know, having that previous history and something that you've been working on since the beginning, and this is kind of the fruition right here. This is kind of like we finally got full to circle. Where we want to be.
Yeah, it's full circle moment for us, and just really love, you know, that we've been able to do this. And you know, I definitely think that well, one thing we want to do though, Stash, I want to mention, is we still have some promotional packs. So we're going to hook you up with some of those, some packs that we're able to give out to people. So we're going to give you 2 packs. And when it comes, yeah, there you go. So we definitely want to do that, and you can have the opportunity to open those on the stream, or you know, whatever video you want to do that on, and you can just have them. It's going to be great. Can't wait. And yeah, Stash character, we definitely got to get in the works. I agree with that. But there were some problems with the Wax launch. You know, if you look back at the history of the Wax launches, there have been some issues, some payment issues, some, you know, duplicate charge issues. I believe they all ultimately get worked out, but the people that we feel very, you know, badly for are the ones that bought them. We believe they'll get refunds and the money will go back in their account. But they believe that they had purchased them, and then for whatever reason it didn't go through and they don't have the cards. So we're trying to figure out ways to get cards to some of those people, you know, thought they bought them and it went through, and then unfortunately it didn't. It's blockchain. It's a new world. There's still a lot of, you know, kind of rudimentary problems. It's just kind of unfortunate that it wasn't a perfect launch, but you know, from our perspective, we still think that it went really great, and the cards are in the hands of a lot of people, and they're on the secondary market right now, crushing it. No, definitely. As I said, the secondary markets are doing really well. And you know, I think a lot of times with some of these Wax sales that people get really pissed off about the USD only sales. You know, so when you see like Topps do a drop, or you've seen like Street Fighter when they did, you know, Capcom did a drop, they're only doing them for USD. And so you know, that you know, I think presents a lot of problems for a lot of people. They're always like, why not Wax? And so then you see, but in the contrast, you see all the community projects, they do their drops natively for Wax. So some of the big ones like Blockchain Heroes, you know, BC Heroes, or Bitcoin Origins, or you know, COG, some of these other ones. So they're all doing it for Wax there. And you know, I always feel like those processes always go a lot smoother. It's always the fiat side, man. It's the damn fiat side that's screwing us, BitBoy. Dang it. Well, it's I mean, we crashed their site. I mean, we had so much traffic in the first minute that they had to delay the launch. You know, like they ended up having to push it back like 30 minutes because it just pounded it. And you know, for us, like we think we're the largest cryptocurrency channel, and we think we have a very dedicated and very loyal audience, but we still never know exactly how they're going to react to what we're doing. And so
you knew.
I didn't know. I
You knew they'd sell out. You
should.
should have sold more. You should have sold more. I feel like it was a little low for you because the numbers, like it was like a 3,000 mega packs, right, and then 6,000 standard packs was I think the numbers.
I mean, as you know, Stash, like I'm a very humble person.
Of course, I'm extremely humble. When I think of humble in this industry, like you're the first person I think of, man.
You know what's interesting, Stash, is we did up the packs right before the launch. We actually even had it lower. I'm usually not accused of being humble, but we were not super confident that we were going to sell them all out immediately. And the reason is because every other major wax launch that has been done like through wax.io, through the platform itself, they've all sold out. Yeah. And we just felt a lot of pressure. Like we wanted to make sure for this first one, because for us, it's not about money. Like it's not about money for us, these cards. If you watch our channel, you see our portfolios, like, you know, like the amount of money that we made on the wax launch, like that's not what this was about at all for us. We were much more concerned about getting the cards out there and getting the story told and setting the foundation for the future of the entire Bitverse, the entire Bitverse, the BitBoy comic universe. And so for us, that was the most important thing. And we were blown away by the demand and we were excited about it, but we definitely didn't want to be on the other side where we set the goal too high. Because for us, if we would have set the price or the amount of cards like up 3 times, but it took 7 days to sell out, like that would have been a big failure for us. The money's not important. It's strictly from the perspective of we want to make sure that there's demand for these cards and there's demand for what we're doing and people understand what we're doing and they see the foundation that we're setting. In retrospect, obviously it was very low for what we probably could have got. Sure. But we're still really happy with the turnout for the cards and how they're dispersing on the secondary market. And this is just like baby sliver step 1 for us in NFTs. I mean, we've got so many more big things planned, including launch on Theta and some other stuff. So just excited to get this thing going. So we watched it and we were seeing the problems with the payments and stuff, very, very upsetting to us. But also in terms of the wax versus USD thing, I do want to point out, like, we look at ourselves as the bridge between mainstream and crypto. Like that's what we are. We get a lot of celebrities coming on the channel. A lot of people, like, we're the everyday guys channel. Like we're not like a snooty channel. And so, because of that, on one hand, I get the argument of like, hey, accept crypto as crypto channel. Yeah. But on the other hand, it's like, we want the mainstream coming in and we want to make the easiest way for people to do that. In a lot of ways, that's through USD. So yeah, no, and I completely agree with that argument, man. I am not the person who's saying, dang you for not doing this. Yeah. I think they could accept both. I think having an option to be able to do both. I wish we had that option. Makes sense to me. So, but because you're right, because people want to come in and they're, especially with these larger IPs that they're bringing on board, waxes, they're bringing, like I said, MLB is coming to Tops. Yeah. I mean, MLB through Tops is coming to Wax. We're going to take part in that too. So yeah, exactly. And so this is having it be approachable for all sides makes sense. But yeah, you definitely want there to be a USD option because there's people coming in that have never used crypto in their life, and they want to get in on this. They've heard it, they saw it on what a Forbes or maybe they saw it on my website. Who knows? But regardless, they've seen it somewhere and they want to get on board. And I think having the USD option makes a ton of sense. I just do wish that we could do it to where there was both, and maybe we'll get there. But the problem with that too, and a lot of people don't realize, is that when you're talking about these companies, these IPs that are coming on board and they're making these licensing deals, right? Yeah. The companies they're working with, these big like Tops and Capcom, they're large corporations, they're global conglomerates. They don't have a way to keep crypto on their balance sheet, guys. It's not an easy thing for a massive corporation to do so. They have all these processes and this red tape and this bureaucracy they have to go through. So it's like, how do they keep the waxes? Does the accountant get the private keys, or like, is it a multi-sig? Like these are problems that a lot of people just don't even really think about when they say some of these things. Like, why can't you do this? I can't believe they won't accept wax too, and blah blah. So there is that thing that I think a lot of people don't realize, and that makes a big difference when it comes to bringing on big IPs like what we've seen here on Wax. Other thing that people have to recognize is, like, if you're using the Wax blockchain to make the purchases through Wax, right? But you're also accepting USD, then you have to have a way for those USD purchases to communicate with the Wax blockchain too, to make sure the inventory is right and everything's moving smoothly on the blockchain. Yeah. So I think that's why it's like it's easy to accept one or the other, but accepting both is a challenge. And so when you're looking at trying to sell, so many cards at such a high dollar amount, then, if you got to choose one or the other, it's much, because I'll be honest with you. If I go buy packs from somewhere, I would rather spend dollars than crypto. I would rather spend money. It's easier.
Get rid of that dirty fiat, man. Why would we want to spend our crypto? We hodl that. We stash that crypto. That's what we do here.
Yes. Buy it with USD and then put them on the resale marketplace for Wax. And now you just turn a little bit of USD into a lot of crypto. So I think it makes sense from that perspective with very low fees. Correct.
Yeah, definitely a practice that I do on the regular. And I think a lot of people have kind of gotten wise to that. But like I said, some people still gripe about it. I don't think it's a big issue, and we're going to continue to see that. And so I think someday we'll see, being able to accept both if people want to be able to do both. But you can always get into secondary markets. So that's good. It's good for the environment too. So when it comes to looking towards the future for the Bitverse project here, is this going to be something that is going to span across multiple chains? Because this is something you've already, like the first iteration of this, you guys did Ethereum based NFTs, which were kind of like the first the
introduction,
introduction, we'll say, right? And now you're doing on Wax. So is this something you want to keep on Wax, or something that's going to span multiple blockchains, or how do you guys have a plan? Have you thought about that, or how? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, when it comes to blockchains, we're cheap hooers. Okay, we will use any blockchain that we feel like it has some value. Like we are not committed to any one singular blockchain at this point. And we like Wax, we like Ethereum. Obviously, people know we're the official Ethereum channel because no one can tell me otherwise because it's decentralized. So like we also love Theta. We're going to use Theta. Theta is we have a drop. I think it's bitboythetadrop.com or something is going to be, the website's not technically up yet, but you can go check our Twitter page and you can see our Twitter announcement about our Theta partnership. We're going to be launching special unlockable content. And the idea for the Theta drop is really cool. I don't think I can really say yet exactly what it is.
No, you should say it right now. Just let us know.
Should I say it?
Yeah.
Well, we have unlockable content.
They love me at Theta. They love me at Theta too. I've been on there for a long time. So
I don't want to announce
I'm also doing Theta things too. So maybe we're doing a similar thing. I don't know.
Maybe we'll do it together. Who knows? But basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing another version of our characters on the Theta drop, and it's going to be awesome. We can't wait to do it and show it, and it's just going to continue to expand upon, like, if you think of comic book characters, right? Like if you Google Spider-Man and you look at all the images, like you'll see so many different versions of him and different kinds of artwork around Spider-Man. And that's what we want for our characters. We want them to really develop and be where people can see them in different lights and different things. So we're going to be doing that. But the big thing with the Theta drop, other than the artwork itself, is going to be the unlockable content. Is going to include special chances to win, like meet and greets with me. You're going to be able to play online poker with me, which I just found out about today on the stream when I did the announcement. Thanks, TJ. So we're going to be having special, what was the other part of it, TJ? You're going to be able to win merchandise. They're going to be really cool, like, virtual and also in real life, unlockable digital content that's going to come along with that NFT drop. So it's going to be, we think it'll be like another massive one.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I've been bullish on Theta for many years now, and I moved all my live streaming pretty much over to Theta now. Yeah. I do restream it on YouTube, but Theta is where we have the most fun when we do our live streams, and I'm there twice a week. So so now, are you also streaming on Theta? I don't know if I've seen your channel on there.
We want to be. We were supposed to start streaming on Theta, I think in August of last year. So.
Yeah, get on it, man.
So here's our issue. Our issue is we've gotten more complicated with our setup, with our technical setup of what we're doing here. And like what people really have to understand about the BitBoy crypto work environment here is that we're just at capacity all the time. We can't hire enough people to help us.
I feel you.
And so when we want to make small changes, it's actually a giant process.
Yeah,
because it's already so hard for us to do what we're already doing. So introducing something new. So we're working on getting like we actually have just hired a streamer that's going to help us, that's going to help us with the technicals of the streaming that hopefully will allow us to be able to do, stream to more platforms. We definitely, Theta's on our list. We're definitely going to be doing it. It's like the number one we want to move to. in addition to what we're already doing, but it's just a process. So, I'm going to give up giving a time frame for that, but I hope that it will be very soon. So,
okay, well, when you get it all set up, we'll do an exclusive theta hangout or something. We'll do exclusive, and we'll have a lot of fun on there, and I'll introduce you to everybody, and we can get because I know all the streamers and people there, and I've had a really great time with their community. It's been really amazing to be part of the whole theta community, and everything's been going on with the token. I mean, I've been holders for a very long time, and I really believe in what they're doing, and it's great to see them, really, getting ready for this mainnet launch, and the NFTs that are coming. I'm actually getting ready to launch an NFT project that I've been building on Theta here in the next week or so. I've been working on it for the hackathon that they've had going on. So yeah, a lot of cool things going on Theta. So glad to hear that you're going to be bringing the Bitverse to multiple chains. You're going to be doing a lot of cool things with it. Love the unlockable content. That's definitely one of my favorite features when it comes to NFTs. And I can't wait till we get that for Wax. We've been talking about this, but we need this, guys. We need to have unlockable content. And so some other chains that have done really well with that, and I think it's a great feature. So great to see that you guys are going to be utilizing that right away. As far as NFT stuff coming up, do you guys have anything outside of the Bitverse that you're working on? Any other projects or NFT stuff?
Well, we are working on what we're calling NFTs as a service, which we will be helping other influencers and celebrities and anyone else that businesses maybe to launch their own NFTs. Probably using Super Farm for that. So that's another platform we're looking at. Mm-hmm. And so that's why we're testing a lot of the different chains, is we're trying to figure out which chains we really like. We think Super Farm is probably one we're going to land on for a lot of the NFTs as a service thing. But we want to, we don't want people coming launching NFTs to be burned because they come launch them, it doesn't do well, and they say, this is whatever. We want people to come in and have a really good experience, from both the artist or the celebrity or the influencer standpoint, and then also from the customer standpoint and the purchaser standpoint. So, that's definitely something we got going on. And then, of course, still in the Bitverse, we also have, didn't want to mention, we have our Bitverse comic book series coming, where each page is going to be an NFT. We're going to have really cool, behind, kind of creators studio, unlockable content for each one page of the comic book, where we give some background and some insight, talk about the characters. So we're going to have that coming along too. So awesome. We've got an artist that we got who has worked with DC and all kinds of big name comic books, and he is phenomenal. So this is going to be by far the most serious crypto comic book anybody's ever seen. So we're so excited about it.
Wow, I'm looking forward to it. That sounds great. Is that going to be launched on Wax as well?
We're not sure where we're going to mint that one yet.
Okay, cool.
But remember, when it comes to chains, we're cheap hooers.
Yeah.
So call us.
And I feel that too, because when it comes to doing NFTs, I've done NFTs on Ethereum, I've done them on Wax, I've done them on other platforms, and so I'm going to continue to do that. I love being able to do it on different platforms. I'm getting ready to do some stuff on Binance Smart Chain. Yeah. You learn a lot more. So and then obviously I'm going to be doing a drop 2 on Wax as well. I'm doing the Secret Agent Stash packs that we're going to have, and so it's going to be a lot of fun, man. I can't wait to talk a little bit more about it. The artwork is just being finished up right now. But it's going to be interactive, and it spans multiple chains. So the cards will be on Wax, but you'll be able to redeem them to do cool things on Theta during my live streams. So there's a lot of cool things coming on there, and I can't wait to share that with all the rest of you guys. But thank you so much today for coming on the channel, Ben, and talking a little bit more about the Bitverse and everything BitBoy Crypto from the beginning of the history to what we did just here recently with the launch of your packs here on Wax. And I look forward to everything that you have coming up, man.
Well, appreciate you having me on the show. Definitely always great to catch up. Look for you to be on my show soon, maybe next week. So your audience can find you over there. So your audience, make sure go subscribe to my channel so you can see Stash, even if you hate me.
Yeah, gobble them all up, man. Send some my way too, and it's all love.
We will, friend. We will.
I love it. All right, hey, thanks again so much, man. And that's all we have for today, folks. Until next time, stash that crypto, friends.